Hey, everybody. Let's see some of them amazing dialogue that you guys have. Some great questions here. How's everybody doing? What are we down to now? What are we down to?
Till Christmas?
Yeah, 30 days till Christmas. What are we at? 33. Ooh, great number. 33 more days till Christmas.
Let's see it.
You made it. Let's see that bad boy.
Where's it at?
We are ready to see this, my friend. I am ready to see this. I think this kind of is like a Christmas shirt. A little green in there. A little yellow like those bad highlights. The shirt or the hair?
The sun in?
Got a little sun in action. Who knows about sun in? This is a great one. I would say time. Too much wasted time on things that were irrelevant. But again, unfortunately, these some things you don't get to learn until later. I recommend learn that one early for all of you guys here, all you youngsters. Learn.
44 years old, always skinny, 1 year sober, hitting the gym consistently. Any tips for after year one?
First off, props to you, my man. Props. 44 is still young pup. And congrats on the 1 year. So interesting. Okay, so one thing is that you were taking in a lot of calories at one point, right? Probably. Good chance. I would say work on the nutrition is the first thing I would do. Because you said you've always been skinny and stuff. So I'd work the nutrition until we figured out where the right calorie intake for you is. Make sure that we got some good protein in there, some carbs and fat. And you can do that over. We'll talk more in the Titan crew about that. But let's get you on a good nutrition plan first and foremost. And then we'll put the workout around your schedule and how your days are, and then we'll decide on how many days you're going to be training, how many days can you commit to being consistent. You know, if it's 3 days, it's 3 days. If it's you're crazy and you want to go 6 days, it's 6 days. But let's figure that out. Nutrition first, then let's get going on the training. All right. Congrats again, man. Nice job.
What's something that you want to make sure your son knows and learns that you wish you knew sooner?
Ooh, parent, I would say, the things I wish I could teach him and stuff will probably be things that it's humanly impossible to do. Like when I was young and 20, I spent a lot of time with a girlfriend when I was moving from Washington State to start to live my dream in California. And my dad gave me some great advice. He says, please just go you by yourself, cut all ties and move on. And guess who didn't listen to Pops?
Oh, what the fuck?
I said, no, I'm in love. So, and at 20, and man, I'll say this. My dad knew me. He knew me and he could see what was going to happen, which is kind of cool that your dad saw you're going to succeed, because I didn't see it. I knew that I was going to chase the dream, and there's a pit bull in me to where I won't let go of that fight. But he saw it, and I think I would have wasted a lot less time. I would have done more, wasted less time. Yeah, it's a cool thing to know that you can be alone. I guess that's one thing that I want to teach my son. Being lonely is not the same as being alone. If you're lonely and you're alone, I think there's a quote, you can find this. If you're alone and you're lonely, you're with the wrong company. And I thought that was an eye opener. So I think that was a thing that young kids have to find out, that you can be alone and be like successful and chase your dreams and stay focused more on what you need to do. And I like this new mentality of social media telling 20-year-olds, remember how it used to be when I was growing up? It used to be 20 is when you party and have fun and go clubbing and doing all that. Now that's something I never did, but that was the mentality of I'll figure out what I'm going to do with life later. And I love that there's somewhat of an echo online right now, where the guys are telling the youngsters, no, 20s is not for that. 20s is for you to freaking bury down and get into it and create a huge future for yourself and work your ass off. And I thought that was really cool. And I did do that in my 20s. So there's a lot of parenting advice that I got from my dad that I did not do, that I hope that me and Mona can teach Titan.
I'll find a video.
And you could do the baby don't hurt me with this, right?
Yeah. But that's the idea.
But it's got to be like a rave with people in clown outfits and stuff like that.
That's the concept, though.
Yeah, that's a great one. Great questions, guys. These are huge questions, and they're not lifting and nutrition and staying consistent so easy. But these parenting questions or regret questions, I think, are just second level. So I appreciate you guys going.
Different than that. Hey, what's the best way to build your arms? A little deeper.
And this crowd right now probably is that young crowd that's like,
ooh, at that turning point.
Well, what's it like for you? Let me ask you, Jeffrey.
Ooh,
let's do this.
Pull me in. Ooh.
So there's a lot of people at Gold's Gym, and there has been over the last 40 years, right? But Arnold, who's probably one of the most successful humans that's ever been on the planet, out of so many people that are at the gym, pulls aside always you and talks to you. So as a young buck and you're 30, what's that like for you to be around such a icon person? Because to me, it just shows me Arnold only really talks to those really intelligent people, those deep conversations and stuff. So it just, to me, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
What's your take?
It's crazy. Like, and I always take a moment and, we have these little conversations that, sometimes they're 10 minutes long and they feel like they're 5 seconds. Like, I'm like, wait, what just, that just went by so quick. And one of the things he said to me that always stuck was, I was talking to him about goal setting. And he was telling me, he said, always set your goals like a sniper. He said he sees so many people, they set their goals like they're shooting a shotgun, and they have all these different goals everywhere, and they're hitting, they're touching maybe, one, the other, with no real aim. But he said, just be like a sniper and just pinpoint that one and go for it and really attack it. And little conversations like that and those nuggets that stick.
I like those. So I like those.
Yeah.
Mostly coming from somebody that's
right.
So, because we see that in health and fitness. Okay, I want to cut up and build muscle. I want to. Yeah, so do I. That sounds great. Let's focus on one thing at a time. And everything we did a video and you edited it together, but it was the workout, shoulders, something we did, 35 years ago, and we did again. But the point of it was everything was metaphorically for life.
Right.
Why do you do this? Why do you do this? Well, because that's the way you'll build the muscle and get healthy joints and ligaments and get stronger. And also that same concept applies out here in business and in life and in family. I just thought that was insightful. So I like Arnold's point. Be a sniper. Pick the one goal.
And that's the next level conversation you get with those kinds of people. And that's like when you all have the opportunity right now to ask Mike questions, and asking questions about bicep curls is great. Absolutely. If you're a beginner, you don't really know much, but also at the same time, that question that was asked just a moment ago is like, get something else out of that. Something deeper, something more valuable, in my opinion. Because we can get, yeah. But like I said, those questions are great, and I do like them. Like this: what's the best 4-day split?
I'd go push pull.
Ooh,
I could do a push pull, or if you can, on one day double up, legs one day, chest one day. Merch. Legs one day, chest one day, back one day, and then maybe another day you could do a double, shoulders and arms,
yeah, gotta get them arms in there.
or a push pull. I did not get the book out. I will make a note of that.
What book we got?
My book of my diary of training
Oh, right, yeah.
of when
It's in the cabinet.
it's in the cabinet. I will get that. And I think what I'd like to do, and I got to talk to Ash today. Ash is my ghostwriter. As we'll have screenshots of what is written there,
Mhm.
but then have it printed out really nicely and do a book of what my pre-years to puberty that really set me up to win.
Young Titan.
So this might be good for your parents and for your kids out there to show what I did going into high school to really get that size and strength and shape and muscle and balance and the mindset to it.
Do you recommend a decline press machine for the lower chest, for them lower titties?
No, I think bench does it well enough. I think if you want to do declines, throw them in there every 3-4 weeks. But I think the flat bench, you're already in a tilt.
And he
in
says
chest.
machine specifically. So would that be, if you were going to do a decline, would that be something you would seek out first over, let's say, dumbbells, bench?
It's a good call. It's a good call. The decline machine is the easiest to get in and the set to weight.
Ooh.
I wouldn't forget decline dumbbells or a decline barbell. And especially if you're healthy and you haven't tanked the body. The reason I say that is
I
because
was going to say, why?
the range of motion you can get because you're on a decline. And so you're letting that bar, you could go here, right? Or you could stretch it all the way up and bring that bar all the way up as you're in decline position. So think about the stretch on that.
What about some decline flies?
We love those.
Yeah,
We do. We
we
hit
might have to
maybe
hit those
every
tomorrow.
4 to 6 weeks we'll hit a decline flies, and let's do this. Let's do we'll hit our inclines.
Mhm.
Get a little power because last time we used the Titan 2.0 bar. Thank you.
Deep.
Let's get some power on the inclines, and I'll tell you the workout right now. Right, you take out your pencil and paper, everybody. This is my chest workout for tomorrow. We will do our 7 sets of 3 on incline. We will move from the incline barbell to a flat dumbbell press, and we'll work on a little bit more, taking it out to the mid. Then we will step over to decline press and then decline flies, and that will be tomorrow's workout. We'll hit a 7 sets of 3, and then we'll probably hit a 3 sets of dumbbells. And then a 2-set. That would be plenty
Just a
enough.
little 2-set.
A 2-setter,
That's enough.
2-setter. Now remember,
Just hitting it.
what do I mean by 2 sets?
It could 10 in some other people's terms.
Right. So it's 2 working sets. So I just want to make that clear. The 7 sets of 3 is working sets. So whatever it took to get there doesn't matter.
Yeah.
When I move on to the dumbbells that I said would be the second exercise, the flat, it's 3 sets. When we get to the working weight, and then same thing for the 2 and 2 on the declines, straight bar and a dumbbells.
And it's not just like, all right, we're going to go in 10 reps with making up a number, 10 reps with the 50 pounds. All right, cool. Now let's do another, 8 reps, go to 70s. Those 2 sets counted. Okay, now we'll do our 3rd set. No, fuck all of that. It's just get CNS activated, feel the weight, and I'm talking like we're running on the deep end of the rack by the time we actually really start. And that could, it could honestly be, 15 minutes, 20 minutes of just fucking doing singles until we hit the reps.
Question then, this is for you guys out there too. That's 14 sets, 14 working sets, not counting warm-ups. is how long would that take?
14 sets?
14 sets.
Not counting
4
warm-
exercises.
Not counting warm-ups?
No. Walk into the gym, walk
Mhm.
out. 14 sets. I don't think you guys, do you guys think 14 sets is a lot? Wouldn't that typically
Yeah,
be?
on paper, it's not a lot.
It's not a lot on
It's not a lot
paper.
on paper. Mm-mm.
Reason I wanted you guys to understand this because 14 sets will probably take me at least, and I'll start about a half an hour before these guys. So it'll take me 2 hours to get that workout done. So again, I'll make sure to film this one tomorrow. If that confuses you why it takes so long, because it's 14 sets, I'll show you why. I just try to be more precise and be really intelligent about the chess match.
That's what it is, though. Your intelligence and your execution allows you to get away with, a 8-set workout and just have so much out of it. You're not wasting any reps, any sets.
I was asked this, but for you guys, will you put down a couple of your
What's your biggest regret?
yeah. So I'll jump off here for a second. An acquaintance, a person I've talked to quite a bit, but I never really got to meet because we were friends through social media. Passed away, just passed away, and barely 30 years old. And the only reason I say that is because I just talked to him, and so when I saw that, I'm like, in no world did I. And like we mostly with anybody and everybody, it's a shock to the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shock to me. But are you guys out there? Are you trying your best? Again, best. I know there's regrets, but if you're always thinking about the regrets, you're thinking in the past. Is that what they say? And
That sounds right.
and then anxiety because you're thinking about the future. Live in the moment. I can say that. It doesn't mean it's easy, but man, that's that one's a sock in the face when you hear of a person that's 30, healthy looking, and then gone.
Rick Valente told me to live in the moment after getting done telling me like the most badass story about being on an island with all these chicks and going to Vegas and shit. He's like, just live in the moment. I was like, dude, fuck yeah. You are absolutely right.
And everything's legal if the zip code is different. Rick Valente, what a stud!
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, you know what? One of the cool cats too. If you guys don't know Rick Valente, you can look it up. But when I got here, I was prepped for the attitudes because I went from being a young stud beast in my world of Washington State, but I knew I was going to the number one place in the world for bodybuilding and walking in there to the gym that has the greatest all in there. And this is great years to do this too, because in 90. But Rick is one of those guys that down to earth, same guy he is today is how he was when I first met him. Kind and helpful suggestions. It's a cool thing. It was like Elias.
Oh.
Except I listened to the advices.
Okay. You were open.
I was, hey, do this.
You weren't listening to respond?
No.
There's Rick's IG. Go follow Rick.
Yeah, go follow Rick.
He's got tons of, and he's putting out a lot of info right now too, which is great.
Good cat.
All right, let me pull back up here, guys.
I got one here.
You ever think about arm wrestling?
No, I don't. No upside for me. Also, it just doesn't turn me on. You're trying to do more things that kind of guide me to the position I want to be. If we're adding anything more into competition or anything, the only other thing I'll probably put back in is some kind of kung fu or taekwondo.
Ooh.
Just to get those spinning kicks back in. But yeah, not arm wrestling.
Flat shoes or weightlifting shoes for squats?
Both. All of them. Both of them. We talked about this the other day. I said, squat barefoot, squat with heels, squat with Jordans. Yeah, all of them are good. Most of my years competing in powerlifting, I did just high tops. We're just looking over for those questions.
What's the best way to keep my wrists healthy? I always have trouble with them when I lift heavy.
Oh yeah, we were just good point. Yeah, wrists keep as you build strength, your wrists should be coming with it. So I would have to see how you're moving it, because I see a lot of guys, the way they're holding the weights, the way that they're holding the dumbbells, they do a supported lift. Like they'll grab the edge of the dumbbell so their hand doesn't have to do as much because the weight's sitting on it.
Right.
I believe you got to hold that thing. Deadlifts, same way. It's like it builds with you as you get stronger. So I'd have to see how you're doing it, but I'd make sure that you don't, mostly if you have weak wrists already, stay away from wraps, stay away from straps. Hey guys, I jumped on here for a main reason.
Oh.
Sorry about that. Whew. Titan check-ins.
Here they are.
Yeah, let's plan that we got this Thanksgiving up right next week. So knowing that we're going to have a wild, a lot of people will be having a feast. Everybody else might be just having a high day through the week. Let's do check-ins, and we'll start them right now. And the check-ins will go until let's go till Wednesday. Let's close it down because everybody's going to be maybe enjoying themselves, except for overseas. And then Friday, we're going to be closed out of here Thursday. So on Friday, I'll get to it, or the following Monday, I'll get my responses back to you guys. Then this will be the run, right?
Boom. And that's where you can ask all the questions right there. Titan Crew. That's where you'll upload all your photos, 20 questions to answer from Mike. He'll put together your plan, your meals, help you with any other questions you have. It's really personalized responses. So I know a lot of people in chat are always asking, hey, I'm 10% body fat, weigh 180 pounds. What should I do? This is exactly the time and place to get that answered, because you can't really upload your photos here.
You got it. You got it there. So you get over there, answer those questions for me, and I'll get back to you guys. And let's push this. Let's we're going in, right? December here. So we got another month before the new year. So let's really focus in on our, as Jeff said, let's be snipers. Let's pinpoint what the goal is, and let's make it happen.
Can women take any protein?
Yeah.
How do I get into working out?
Gotta make the drive. Make the drive, my friend. Probably before that, just make the decision. Make the decision to get to the gym, right? Just looking for any other questions over here, guys. Hey, this guy said he made a meme. I want to see that, my friend.
Yeah,
still,
where's the meme?
Let us know. Let us know. Hello, hello. And we did go over this just for anybody else here wondering about splits, 3-day splits, 4-day splits, 6 days, how to split it up. We kind of went over that. So, but we'll talk about that more when you get the check-ins as well, because what we'll do is we'll figure out, you let me know some other points. And so these questions I ask is how many days you can train. And so we'll make sure to go over that If you can only train 3 days, boom. If you can only train 2 days, then we got to figure that out.
Mike, I've been working out from 15 years old till now. I'm 52. Lost a lot of muscle mass around my elbows. Do you know why? And this is our way to add back the muscle.
Yeah, usually I see the elbows and the triceps kind of deflate because of nerve damage. It's usually what's going on, and there's issues with the joints and ligaments. Yeah. So the weight starts to drop. It's not firing as well, and so that's why the decline in that area. So I'd make sure to, if you got bone spurs or something like that, or there's pain in the elbows and you're kind of babying it, check to see what that is. And then there's things you can do to get that moving again. Peptides, the Hercules potion, that kind of stuff, or you can a stim machine to get those nerves fired back up, get that blood flow through. Let me know that, though, on the Titan check-in, on the workout program you're doing, so we know that we'll really focus on that tricep area, proportionalize the biceps with the triceps, and get those triceps back.
How do you decide if you should forego training on some days, be it from exhaustion, injury, or sickness? Should you always push yourself?
Well, I mean, some of those are obvious. Injury, you wouldn't train. Sickness, you wouldn't train. Let's just stay with the simple point, right? Your question is, some days you probably don't feel like training. And should you go? Well, you got your workout plan. You got your schedule. You made the deal with yourself to do what you are set out to do. So that's the great thing about that. It's not the one aspect. It's all of it. The diet is set up a certain way. So we know when we look at it, let's say hypothetically, we have your 12-week plan, and I know what this is. We're in the Titan crew, and you and I are talking now. And you're like, yeah, I feel like taking a couple of days off this week. And then I check to see, well, are you getting weaker or stronger? Is your calories in a surplus or in a deficit? And those kind of things are going to help me decide, okay, no, you're in a deficit. You're going to feel a little tired. You're not getting stronger, which is okay at this state because we're slicing and dicing. So really what you're feeling is emotionally beat down. Too bad. You got to go to the gym. Now we could reverse it and we can, jimmy this thing together in another way. We could say, no, again, you're still not getting stronger. We are in a surplus. So you should be getting great recovery, good food, and there's something going on. Then we'll figure it out. Well, is it work, life, home life, or are you overtraining? What's going on there? And then we can decide about, no, let's make this 7 days into a 9-day split instead of a 7-day split. And then we'll change it from there. That's how we keep moving forward. And that's, there's always a way to figure out what's going on. Is it physically or mentally that you want to skip?
Looking to burn a little fat without sacrificing much muscle. Going to add 30 minutes of cardio 1 to 2 times a week. Should it be on its own day or at the end of leg day?
Thank you for the donation for the PUP fund. And we just talked about this. We talked about that Jeff got some he gets these quotes, monologues, these scenarios, these life lessons from Arnold Schwarzenegger. And
one gems.
Yeah. And one he just kind of alley-ooped to Jeffrey was about people try to set a goal like you did there. And it's this broad goal. It's like a shotgun sprays compared to being a sniper going, this is what I want. I'm going to pinpoint it, and that's what's going to happen. And I think I just go back to this quote that Arnold said to Jeff is because you're spread. You go, hey, I want to retain the muscle. Great. Okay. But I want to get this fat gone. Okay. But you're only stepping your toes into the water to just do a little bit of cardio because you think that little bit of cardio will still get you ripped, but retain the muscle. And so unfortunately, are all over the board. You got to commit to one or the other. Are we slicing and dicing and retaining the muscle, or are we off season and we're building muscle and strength? That's my response to your question here, my friend. Because what you're doing is you're up in a couple days, 1 to 2 days, if I'm correct. Is that 1 to 2 days, 30 minutes? Mm-hmm. It's like, it's great. So 1 day out of 7, you burned a little calories, but the other 6 days you're in a surplus. I don't understand that. That's not how you would do this.
So where's this question? There's one right around it that was kind of similar. Where'd that question go? Somebody asked something about not doing cardio. Can I lose weight just through diet alone?
Well, I can answer that.
Yeah,
but
that
we
was
can
pretty
get a
much
little bit
what it
more
is.
precise if we want. If you are out there and you ask something similar to that, just throw it down here, guys.
What was that? Here we go. Hey, Mike, big fan. I have a question. Can you lose fat by not doing cardio at all and just doing resistance training 5 to 6 days a week with heavy weights to failure, providing, of course, in a calorie deficit?
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, but it's a great job. Yeah, a great job. Now, he would have understood that if he's watched some of my YouTube videos, but this is what we talk about, right? If you're dieting correctly and you are in a deficit, the weightlifting, is going to help you get there and burn fat for a longer period of time than the cardio. And he's going to do it slow and smart. That's what I like. And then when that slows down, if it slows down, and he still wants to get even more ripped, then he could add in the cardio at that point. So that was going back to the other guy that said, hey, I'm going to add in cardio twice a week. Don't. Add in some more weightlifting. Make sure your calories are right.
Mm-hmm. That was this guy, Samurai, from before.
Good job, bud.
Mike, why don't you do cardio? You've never done cardio?
What about that one? You like that one?
Boom. Do you agree with Arnold's theory that you have to gain 10 pounds of lean mass to add an inch to your arms?
Awesome. I have no clue. No idea.
Boom. Wanted to know what advice you would give to someone recovering from an injury and how to speed up that healing process.
Yeah. The healing process is going to come off of aminos, the peptides, to help with the recovery of the injury. Make sure the food is in a surplus, so it's really helping the body recover. And then just take your time when it comes time for you to get back in and moving and grooving into training. It's the main things right there. Sleep is good. Doing everything else you can.
Is overhead pressing really necessary if you do enough chest pressing anyway, and then complement it with lateral raises and rear delt flies? There you go. Process it.
So, yeah.
There you go.
Whatever you feel is best for you. One's chest, one's shoulders. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind for anybody that's here. If you don't want to do shoulder press, you don't have to. My recommendation is, for me and for the thousands of people I work with around the world, I have them do shoulder press. There's nothing better for good shoulders. It's a nice, strong, keeps the shoulders healthy, big, wide. I've had this interesting though. I've had this kind of question a few times and I don't understand it though. One is for shoulders and you're pressing overhead, and the other one's for chest and you're pressing away from you on a flat position or a somewhat inclined position.
That's why I picked this one.
Yeah.
For this moment right here. That's why I picked the question.
Also remember this, when you're doing chest, you're utilizing the chest muscles to push. When you're doing shoulders, you're basically using the shoulders to press and push out the muscles. So the concept that you're pressing the same on an incline that you do on a front press is not correct. Mm-hmm. Those are two separate muscles that your mind and muscle connection is focused on.
When you say it like that, it just, completely eliminates any thoughts that would be raised from the question right there. One uses chest, one uses shoulders. Simple as that. This guy, 6'3", 310, fucking big boy.
LSU.
Played college football at LSU, been always been a big guy, working out, not losing weight. Thought about test, but I don't know the long-term effect.
How old are you, kiddo? How old are you? And then I'm guessing defensive line. Let me know those things. And then again, you shouldn't think test. Nobody here should think testosterone or HRT. You should think, let me get blood work to find out what my body is saying. Does that make sense to you guys? Because you can't go, hey, I'm fat. Let me get on T and I'll get in shape. Well, if your body's already functioning well and you're already got great testosterone, what are you doing besides technically shutting your body down to have something else do it? But you're already working fine. So it wouldn't make sense. So that's what I would do first. I would make sure that you get your I'm out. Am I gone over on yours too?
Yeah. Camera. Something.
Oh, it just shut off. Can you guys still hear me though?
We'll be back in a sec.
2 seconds, guys. Would the microphone still be working?
Yeah, mic. Oh, yeah, the mic's good. I can hear me through the speaker.
There we go.
Oh, we don't like that cam though. We don't want that camera. Oh, what's going on here, dog? What's going on? Serge, what'd you Serge?
Serge is working on Striker's page, making that money. Wow, we got a crowd here today, guys.
Yeah.
And then also set boom. I want to know DA line and how old are you? Let me see if I can find if you responded to this. Let me jump down.
All the way. Keep scrolling.
Getting there.
5 minutes of scrolling, you'll find it.
So there's his question. Two more seconds. Could you Oh, there's a couple of good questions too. I'm going to come back to you guys. I'm just looking down here for a follow-up to this one. And then for anybody that can read this right here, again, my recommendation is that you find out what your body is doing. Do not, that old school mentality was basically, you want to get jacked, you want to get ripped. That's what they do.
He's responding to someone. Their junk is fine. My sex drive is non-existent.
So see, that's a good sign. That's a good sign that maybe your T is low. But again, wait till you get it. Wait till you do your thing. All right.
Yeah, there's a link there too. I put Fort Titan Medical.
Yeah, for anybody that's here, one sign to that you might have low T is your sex drive. Somebody asked, who is the guy on that? That's Larry Scott, first Mr. Olympia, aka Jeffrey Raw Dog.
The sun was cooking the camera.
Oh, is that what it is? We got some good questions here, guys. Wow.
It's gonna go out in a little bit.
Okay,
And
so
then I'll put the other one on.
we'll get down here for a second.
All right, I'm
Did
deep
you find a response to this?
to the football player.
Yeah.
Not too. I don't think I do. What is he saying? I do cardio on the elliptical and walk around normally, but for some reason the weight doesn't come off.
Yeah, I mean, so
I'm laughing at a different question.
there's some good questions
Yeah,
here.
I'll pull in the next one.
Okay, so just so you know, kiddo, I don't know how old you are, and so I would go back to,
Yeah. Here
Ooh.
we go. I knew the switch was gonna happen. That's why we got. That's why we rock the double, guys.
Was this to how old he is? He's 24. Yeah, you're so young, man. I wouldn't if that is about the football player. Thank you, team. Serge, good job.
Dude, Surge with the fucking switcheroo. A lot of other people would have just choked on that. But Surge.
Yeah, from what I can see, if I'm reading this right, 24 years old. Yeah, you're getting blood work done. You should be good. You should be okay. Also, unless this, I hate to be that guy. I hate to be the guy that's if you are 24, 25 and you played ball and for some reason you jumped on some stuff at one point that could have shut your body down if that's a venture that you made. Again, I don't know. So get your blood work done, okay?
Seaman boy, you're out of here.
Bye-bye, Seaman boy. And guys, never worry about if somebody's talking smack on here. Jeffrey's quick on the block.
Huh?
We enjoy that kind of stuff.
Stand up for 5 seconds and
Man, look at
someone
it.
goes at it.
So this was the guy, right?
24,
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's the wolf.
So you're pretty young for your T to be, unless there was something that you did before at one time. But also, you made a comment. You said that you jump on cardio, you do some stuff. I knew you were D-line captain. I love it. You jump on cardio, but the weight doesn't change. Just for anybody here, it doesn't change. The gym is the stimulant. Okay, the gym is the stimulant. That's all that is it's what you do. And I know this, you guys hate this, but it's what you do at home with the food and how you're recovering. That's your golden ticket. Okay. And then you stimulate it. So you're eating well. You're a good sized human, man. 310. Let's say you want to get sliced and diced down to 250, 240. That'd be awesome, right? 6'3", you'd look like a superhero. You probably already do look like a superhero. But my point is that if the nutrition is on point, then everything else helps. If your nutrition is all over the place and you're just spinning wheels, then you really don't know what you're doing. And the training may be too much, may not be enough, and you'll never know because of the fact that you're not keeping somewhat track. So getting in shape, believe it or not, real simple. It really is. It's annoying little details that you have to do. So the annoying little details is just keeping track of the food, making sure that you're on a workout program. Those little details set you up to win. Those little details, if not done, you're spinning your wheels and you're wasting time. You're 24. So let's get you in crazy shape right now. And we'll talk about that more. Hopefully you jump over into the Titan crew so we'll be able to talk more, get you on a right. Give me about 3 days to get the right nutrition to you, your plan, and the right workouts, and let's get you in shape.
Where's this guy's question about?
I did a couple marks. Do you see my marks?
Yeah, I see some marks right here. Well, I smoked cannabis to get that mind right to start really training, but does that affect my gains?
Yeah, I wouldn't know how cannabis helps you train. I'd want to be intense. I wouldn't want to be calm. Don't know. Never done it. So I'm not the guy to ask on that one, my friend. Thank you very much, my friend. Kyle? How'd you?
Kalen. Kalyan. Kevin. That's his name, Kevin.
It's working as a good bounce right here. Is that
Oh,
hitting you?
yeah. Little reflection.
Oh, it's hitting right here.
What are your thoughts on Diet Coke?
I love it. I love my Diet Cokes. I'm a Diet Squirt guy, but I love Diet Coke. I easily do 8 to 12 if I go out to a Friday night dinner at a steakhouse. But they're not like, I'll go to town on those things. And they're also great to fill you up and give you a little treat, I find.
Ooh, a little treat.
Yeah.
Where'd this guy's question go? Where's the question? Ask that question about your manhood again. That was a funny one.
Was it good?
Yeah, that was funny. From your experience, what are the most important nutrients that most people commonly lack?
I would just say consistent on the nutrition. Consistently on the nutrition to where you don't make a meal plan and then just stay with it all year, but consistent on the nutrition that you're always moving in a direction every 12 weeks. You're getting stronger, you're getting stronger, you're getting stronger, or okay, I need to slice up. But it's always a plan. And I was having a talk, who was it? Mark Bell was talking about this. It's the lifestyle. It's that little stuff that we do. So for me, is no comprehension of a person that says, if I ask you what you're eating today, you answer me. You know what your meals are for the day. That's the person I'm talking to. That's the person that's going to get in shape. That's the person that's going to make the changes. And that's also the person that's going to waste less time throughout the day because they know what their meals are and they go on their plan. Compared to the person, if I ask somebody and they don't know what they're going to eat, I rarely move forward and keep continuing to give advice because it is the nutrition that gets you in shape. You got one, go with it.
I'm laughing because Serge, I'm calling you out, buddy, because he said the other day, he said, "Man, I'm trying to gain weight. I'm just not gaining weight." I said, "Okay, well, what are you eating?" He goes, "Well, I'm eating a lot." I said, "Yeah, well, how many meals?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm like eating 6 meals." And then he said, "Well, I'm probably eating like 5 meals." Yeah, I think I'm eating like 4 meals. And then it turned into like 3 meals. And then I said, "Okay, write it out." And he put it into the app, and the numbers at the end of the day was like 100 and like fucking 40 protein. Come on, Serge. Come on, buddy. Here it is. If I lose weight, will my manhood look bigger? Serious question from a 40-year-old.
Of course it will.
That's what we all wanted to know.
Of course you will, man. You know how many power lifters I lifted with? And the only reason they're happy now is because they were 315 pounds and now they're walking around at 220. They feel like they're stallions now.
I like this one. Should we always keep a logbook, or are they just for beginners? Do you log your weights still, Mike?
If you want to log your weights, yes, I think it's okay. I'm fine with it. I do keep mine around, but mine is more for changes. Is it moving in the direction? The nutrition, making sure I have that. The workout plans for the next 12 weeks. And then depending on, are you off season, which I'm so excited about Power Bodybuilding on the new platform. We're going to have something great for you guys January 1st. There should be a continuous gain as you're like, we're all power lifters in the off season. We're all power lifters. Even if you say you're a bodybuilder, you should be focused on those numbers and making sure that you're getting stronger. Because if you're getting stronger, first off, that's more stress to the body, which is going to make you healthier, first and foremost. And then it's going to also retain more muscle as you continue to get bigger and bigger. So that's the best way to do it, and keep track. I like keeping notes and stuff. If you're that kind of individual, do it. And again, definitely not for beginners. It's for everybody. There is no beginners and advanced when it comes to weightlifting. Think about Dorian Yates. He always talks about his book. It wasn't his his video or VHS based off of his book, his log book. Also, Milos.
Mhm.
These are two of the most chess moved athletes in a sense. Very smart guys, but they kept everything. And I love reading some of Milos's old nutrition and
Oh,
training.
yeah. Every single thing in his diet,
Such
or
great.
in his journal is written down.
Yeah. And it's also, remember, it's we're not in high school no more. So is it a beginner's thing or it's a whatever you like thing. I have affirmations on my office wall upstairs. So it's like I did that as a kid, but do it anytime. Great question though. Go for it. Jeffrey's laughing over here. So these make me excited.
Lloyd Fitness, hire me as tech guy for zero problems. Yeah, right.
The man
Fucking,
that
shit'll
we
burn down, dog.
paid for like 12 videos and got 3.
Come on, Lloyd.
Oh,
Get out of here, dog.
Mona doesn't let me live that down. I fought for you, kid. Man, did I fight for you. Oh, learning lessons. Never pay somebody first. Wait till the work is done.
Are there any exercises you cannot do anymore as you are aging?
No, and I'll say this. That is one of the key things I make sure to do. Because if I do find that a movement is not moving smoothly, there's something going on. It's always a check for me. Is everything still firing? Can I still do behind the neck press? Can I still squat into a 12-inch box? Can I still do a sumo deadlift but my ass low? Can I do reverse curls? Now, reverse curls, trust me, most 30, 35-year-olds and older can't do a reverse curl because their elbow hurts. It impinges their shoulders. It's one of those exercises that people don't even realize, and then they go back to it, and you've just realized how much the body has fallen apart. So I check myself off of this, and it's a great question.
Mm-hmm.
There will become a day, but so far I'm good. Never had surgeries or anything like that. So we're still going.
Any exercises you suggest for kids? I've got a 4-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 1-year-old.
I know who you are, superstar. I know who the whole family. I follow this whole family here, and the pups. Much love. Let's see, 4 and 2. So you're a year behind Titan. Swimming, wrestling for boys and girls, gymnastics. Those are the main things that they should be doing. And yes, gymnastics if it's a boy, and if it's a girl, yes, wrestling. Man, if you could see any of Titan's videos, watch the girls in those classes. They're freaking savages, like tenfold. And then gymnastics is, I look back and I go, wow, I got lucky doing gymnastics. I didn't even realize what a benefit it is for coordination, for range of motion, for mindset, because you're doing some stuff that you just can't comprehend. So yeah, that's my recommendation. Don't worry about the weights.
Mm-hmm.
Pose also. This last year now of having Titan pose, trying to connect to the muscles. I think this crew here would be much too young to understand this, but back in the days, back in the 20s and 30s, this was their workout. Their workout was just posing, and that's how they built their physique. So you go back to look at these guys in the 1920s with great physiques. That's all they really did. That's crazy. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Proud of you guys. Take us on some of that stuff too, man. Love to the pups as well.
Why don't bodybuilders do weighted pull-ups for the back?
They do.
Mm-hmm.
It's a weird question though. You just made a statement off of all bodybuilders. That's weird.
Any advice for wrestlers? Movements,
Yes.
programming, off season versus in season.
So, two things. I don't know how old you are. I hope if you are in the teen years, and again, I can only say this, I hope you're not dieting to cut down in weight at that age. I hope you're not. Again, it's the life we live, and it's hard for somebody that's 15, 16, 17 to say, hey, I could get down another weight class and wrestle guys and destroy them. But you're in your growth spurt, and you're taking calories away from yourself. And so that's something I was lucky about. And talk about regrets. My brother has tons of regrets because I was a heavyweight in my day from the start. So yeah, it's outside of dieting, training full range of motion, sumo deadlifts, clean and jerks, especially the cleans and jerks and sumo deadlifts. Those are the main exercise I want you to do. And then also, you're doing so much explosion work when you're wrestling. You don't need to do as much when you're training.
Okay.
So that's something that they go, no, you gotta train this way. You gotta be this way. It's like, move some weight, and then come to lighter weight after you did the heavy weights. And then you can do some catch grabs and stuff like that. And explosion work. All right, man, all the best to you.
I'll give you a basic one. Super basic. Hey, Mike, what are your thoughts on abs that are made in the kitchen, not the gym? Do you have to do ab workouts in order to lose belly fat and get a six-pack? Or can you just get those from dieting alone?
Well, you can get them from dieting alone. And depending on your genetics, you can get crazy looking abs where you don't train abs ever. And be one of those guys that goes, what do you do for your abs? I do nothing.
I thought you need steroids for abs.
That's not true.
For a flat
a skinny man's body. So yeah, it is. But
that was a joke.
I wish abs was not the only thing people would think that too. I guess that's the only thing I would say. This question's great, but it's great for a second reason, is because this is, I don't know what you would call that. It's gym things where they go, hey, your abs are made in the kitchen.
Yeah, right.
Everything's made in the kitchen. Quads are, backs are. Yeah. So I just wish you guys would all understand that nutrition is essential. And you guys know this. You guys know this without knowing it, because when you go into the gym, you see the same people all year long, and you see a majority of them never change, but they're always in the gym. So if they're always in the gym and they're never changing, what's the thing that they're missing? The nutrition.
Abs are sore after squat day. Is there a strength gain difference between doing sumo versus conventional deadlifts?
Well, you can lift more doing a sumo. I recommend doing both exercises. But if you're trying to compete in powerlifting, just do one for that 12 weeks and then switch to the other after the 12 weeks.
That's the funniest but fucking truest statement. I've seen some shredded crackheads in San Francisco. I'm talking like you look at them and you're like, holy shit.
Mona took a picture of a guy the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah. She comes home and goes, look at this guy. He was out in front of the UPS office. Yeah. Homeless guy, shirt off.
Yeah.
Had abs.
Yeah.
Ripped to the bone, good shape, shoulders.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's like that guy hasn't lifted in 10 years, but
fucking lifted a crack pipe.
Crack pipe. Which goes back to my point that if done consistently, you guys can all get in great shape.
Right. Smoke crack. We got this one earlier. How much volume in a training session is enough?
Yeah, that would go off of your program. You'd want to start small, and then by the end of that program, have a lot. That's the goal, right? You'd want both aspects of it. Not as heavy weight, not a lot of volume. By the end of that 9 to 12 weeks, tons of volume with even heavier weight. And we're going to be doing power bodybuilding. So you guys just hang with us as we do this. And that way we go into the new year getting stronger and stronger, bigger and bigger. No cardio.
Mike, can I get huge at home with simple iron?
I don't know where you're at right now, kiddo. Can you get better? Sure. Stay consistent. Make sure that you're eating right. Make sure you're in a surplus.
You excited to come to Mexico?
I am. Guys, I am coming. I think it's
March?
February or March.
I think it's March.
Coming to Mexico City. Me and
Pitbull.
Pitbull.
Mm-hmm.
So I am
Pedro
so
Baron.
Pedro. Yeah, it'll be a great time. I'm looking so forward to that. Did you just block another person?
No.
Oh, Instagram has disconnected the stream. They currently are disconnecting streams after 1 hour. Yeah, look at that. Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
IG. What's wrong with you?
yeah.
Really? All right.
At least we know.
Fucking IG. IG can't hang.
Guys, everything I'm talking about right here, it's just kind of, it'll be common sense to you guys after you're in the gym for a bit and you see changes.
Steve Peck.
Stevie's training with us tomorrow, right, buddy?
Steve, you coming? You gonna fucking make up an excuse about traffic?
Was that today's?
No.
This man drives so much. Go for this one.
You should adjust your diet, fasting regularly as well.
So just for anybody out there, that's the one thing. Unless you know nutrition and stuff, I would not do. See, this is one thing that is this is the trick as of late. Hey guys, you want to get in shape? Stop having food.
Ah, sounds
Really?
good.
That sounds great. So that's how I'm going to get in shape. And what's bad is that 20 and 30-year-olds that are still impressionable listen to that, and they're already starting to shut their bodies down at that age. So, yeah, I'd watch out for that kind of stuff, guys.
So that was my reply to someone named Michael in the chat about the doctor comment.
Oh, I gotcha.
Doing research to try and get my meals planned correctly, but there's an overwhelmingly amount of info out there. Any suggestions on sites and books and programs to optimize my macros, micros, etc.?
Yeah, just tighten meal plan.
That's all you need.
And as you're doing it, just continue to understand it and study why I choose those things for you as you continue to get better and better and stronger. That's the one thing I think for everybody. There's so much information out there. I feel bad for you guys. There was such or at least I just knew to go to the guys. I wanted to be a power lifter. I went to the very best power lifters. I wanted to bodybuild. So I was around the best bodybuilders and I asked them questions. And I didn't ask a lot of questions. I just shut my mouth and listened to them and then could pick up what they're saying and how to implement that into myself. And now it's like every influencer that talks well seems like a good thing. You know, somebody will come on here and go, hey, don't eat for 3 days because this is what it will do. Yeah. And we'll also do this other stuff.
I'm in.
Yeah. Sounds great. Gosh darn it.
Mike, what is your opinion on free weights versus machines?
Both are great. If you got an option, I'd go free weights. Stabilizing muscles. But it's, again, whatever's available to you. Get in there, get something going, right?
Like when Robbie's fired up and he talks shit about the machines.
He does, doesn't he?
He does.
Yeah. I like that.
That's for rest days. Got rubbish sleep. Barely have a good 8 hours of sleep. Will this affect my gains? If so, any ways to fix this?
Yeah, just make sure that you're sleeping. The hours is not as important as the good quality sleep of the REM sleep and the deep sleep. So just make sure that you're getting a good amount of REM sleep and deep sleep, an hour and a half to 2 hours in both of those. Obviously, it'd be nice if you could just fall asleep and just get REM and deep sleep. Good, great. Doesn't work that way. But yeah, make sure you're just trying to do that. And then make sure that you're taking something at night to help you maybe get to bed, a little bit more magnesium or something. But there's so much you can do to get better sleep. But monitor it. And I use the Whoop to basically only use it for my sleep. Let's go a couple more, Jeffrey. And then we'll get out of here, guys.
Let me pull up a little bit. How do you deal with cravings when you're deep in a cut? Do you find that some strategies work all the time, or do you have to switch it up?
Yeah, just the one strategy works every single time. It's just discipline.
Ooh.
Right? You guys know that. There's no trick to that. That's straight up just discipline. I will suffer now for something that I want more later.
You ever take 2 weeks off to recover and reset?
Never in my
Or is that
entire
just
life.
lazy?
That's no. Absolutely not. I find people do that. It's an amazing thing that they do. Like, I'll take 2 weeks off. I'll take a month off after my 12-week plan. So you have 12 weeks, a month off, another 12 weeks, a month off. Until before you know it, you took 3-4 months off during the year. It's like, wow, I like it too much. Rest days, 100%. We did one today. I did.
It's a good day for a rest day.
Was, right? We got some good stuff done.
I knew it was coming though before you even texted.
Yeah.
I saw the stories. I was like,
What are you still up? Yeah.
I was like, I don't think Mo's posting one at 1 a.m.
I'm never up. I think I took a fat burner at like 6 or 7.
Yeah. I took melatonin last night and I fucking tanked it though. It fucked me up. I took it and I just stayed awake. I was like, all right.
Yeah. It should get
Nice.
some love. I love my Diet Cokes.
Hell yeah. Is Surge still around? Surge is
Surge
right there
is
running it.
Surge. The reason why you don't see much of Surge because he's doing 17 things.
Right.
Him and Mona both 17 different things. And
Off the wall, off the charts.
all right, one last one.
One last one, guys. I need a fucking
Shua.
bangzilla. I need a banger.
Rock
I need
this
a
one.
banger at the end. All right. I'm gonna scroll up for like a minute, and then I'm gonna come back down and see what you guys have put in. Because the one I scroll up on won't count. Oh, this is a unique take on this question. Are either free weights or machines better for minimizing mileage? Is there a general rule to apply here? Never heard that one.
Yeah. For me, I think I've heard people suggest that they think machines would be the way to go. Except for me, I believe that stabilizing muscles are true longevity. So it doesn't make sense to me that you say, well, there's not as much torque on the whole body. You want stress, and you're going to get more stress with the free weights. And so that's where I'd always go back to the free weights. Life isn't a machine. You don't get to walk around in a machine, but life is squats. It is deadlifts. You are reaching and doing curls and putting things overhead and picking up your kids yeah.
Is Bobo still around? Dude, you guys are dropping all the legends.
No, we don't keep Bobo around. All right, we'll finish here.
Here it is. I'm 37, about 240. Feel like I'm losing all my gains.
So I know that you asked a question earlier. You said that can women eat all proteins? So I'm just curious on aspect. I don't know what your level of knowledge is when it comes to food and training, because 240 is a good sized person, but don't know how tall you are. And 37 is really young. You're starting to, you're about to enter your man strength age. So this should be actually your peak in this next 7 years. Throughout this next 7 years should be the strongest you've ever been in your life. So you're entering a place where you get to really enjoy. So I'm going to go back, assuming, unfortunately, that the question earlier about can women eat all proteins, that you just don't know enough about this stuff, and you're losing it because you're not 20 no more. Maybe your metabolism is slowing down now because you're not making sure to push that metabolism to keep it fired up. Maybe you're doing what some of these other people are doing is you're going, hey, you know what? I'm just going to fast. Okay, well, that's going to make your metabolism even slower because you already weren't eating currently all the time and making your metabolism fire up to where a fast would help. Now it's just going to go slower the other way. So I don't know, my friend, but this is what we're going to do. You're 37. This is the time to do it. I'll talk to you more in the Titan crew, and we'll make sure to get you on the right plan and just turn this up a notch. That way, all the gains are back and you're the best you've ever been. Mm-hmm. And on that note, yeah, wheeze out, my crazies. This again, just for you guys, this will be the post for Titan check-ins. So look for this in the Titan crew, and you'll see the information there to answer questions. You're going to have to answer the 20 questions so I understand where you're at and what you're doing, and then we'll get you on the right plan. Take us on home.
All right. Peace, guys.
Turn this ship around.